Hello, AP Biology students. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at, when you're doing your homework. Who knows? So, I was recently given a rating on my last instructional video. Sadly, I only received a 3 on that video. That's fair. That's fair. So we're going to spice it up a little bit. Actually, not a whole lot. We're not gonna spice it up too much. So, sorry about that. This one's gonna be a 3 too. We'll work our way slowly up to a 10. Maybe I can make this one a 4. See, huh? Let me know. Okay. Today's pretty casual. Again, you all are just getting the final mass for part 1 of the unknown solution data table. And you're getting the final masses for part 2, the water potential of an apple. All right, so let's get started. On part 1, our final mass for 0 molarity solution was 11.51. The final mass was 11.51. The 0.2 molar sucrose solution was 14.22. 14.22. The final mass for the 0.4 molar sucrose solution was 16. 16 even. Right across the board, 16 even. That was for 0.4 molarity sucrose. The 0.6 molarity sucrose had a final mass of 19.66. 19.66. The final mass for the 0.8 molar sucrose solution was 23.86. 23.86. That was the 0.8 molar sucrose solution. The 1 molar sucrose solution final mass of the dialysis tube was 29.4 grams. 0.04 grams. Excuse me. 29.04 grams. All right. And then our unknown ended up being 16.05 grams. Okay. All right. So, let me show you this real quick. Let me get my face out of the way. All right. So this is our group. This is the data we used right here. Bam. Okay. So that's what we have in there. So I just gave you the answers for your percent change of my group. Whoops. Calculate your own percent change by taking the final mass minus the initial mass divided by the initial mass. That's how you find your percent change. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to plug these numbers in for percent change group 2 and percent change group 3, and then I want you to calculate the average over here. All right. I want you to calculate the average. All right. So I'm going to pause here. Pause the video so you can write down these numbers. I'm not going to go through them. You can see them right in front of you. So pause the video. Go through those numbers. Those are other groups' percent change. Okay. Once you have that data for the percent change of group 2 and group 3, find the average percent change. Add them all up. Divide by 3. All right. I'm going to go back to the slides. Starting on part 2 of our data, we are looking at the water potential of an apple. All right, so make sure you're on the fruit or vegetable side, and we're taking a look at the different food that we measure the water potential of. Okay, so the final mass for the 0 molar sucrose solution, or distilled water, was 5.37. 5.37 grams. Okay. The 0.2 molar sucrose solution had a final mass of the apples as 5.56. 5.56. There we go. I had another decimal. We don't need that one. 5.56. The 0.4 molar sucrose solution was 6.43. 6.43. The 0.6 molar sucrose solution had a final mass of 5.016. So 5.02. 5.02 for the 0.6 molar sucrose solution. The 0.8 molar sucrose solution had a final mass of 0.298. And those decimals are important. So 0.298. It's roughly around -1%. Okay. All right, so it actually lost water. Then we have a 1 molar sucrose solution. The final mass of that apple, those apples, I guess, was 3.57. 3.57. Okay. I want you to calculate the change of your group, and then I want you to plug in these green numbers here. Group 4 and group 5, because that's the most recent data, or last year's data. This is not data from this year. Okay, so fill in the section here. So it'd be 4, 14, 14, 10, -6, -10. Okay. And then this is going to be for group 3 is 26, 25, 23, 13, 2, -3. Then I want you to calculate the average change. All right? Once all that is done, today and tomorrow, you will finish the lab, okay? I don't expect you to have it completed, all right? You have time to work on it today and tomorrow. I'll give you another instructional video tomorrow about just like working on it. The lab will be due on Monday, October 4th. I think it's the 4th. October 4th. Okay. Monday, October 4th is when it's due. All right. Excuse me. So, I don't know what CHOM is going to rate this video. I hope it at least maybe gets like a 4.5, maybe even a 3.1 would be better than last video, so that'd be good. If you have any questions about the graph, all right, you have a best fit line. You're graphing both your data that I've given you, and then you're also calculating and graphing the class average data. But you're only going to have one line of best fit, okay? Your line of best fit is essentially an average of your data. It's kind of an eyeball of your data. There should be about 50% of your data points above the line and about 50% of your data points below the line. Your best fit line should be a straight line, and I will tell you it has a positive slope for both of them. Ooh, that may not be the case. For the apple, it may be different. It definitely has a positive slope for the part 1, the unknown solution, but it may not have a positive slope for the water potential of an apple. Keep that in mind, okay? All right. So, today and tomorrow, work on those graphs. Answer the questions underneath the graphs. Tomorrow, I am going to post a key of how I will be grading the lab. It'll have equations that you need to figure out for like water potential and stuff like that. So follow the key and you'll do very well on the lab. All right? Awesome. Have a wonderful day, evening, morning, whatever you're doing. Have a great day. Bye, everyone. CHOM 3.2.